Hi, so wee bit of cake today. We're going to make some jam and coconut sponge. So you might remember this from back in school days. First of all, we're going to put our oven on at 180. We have a piece of baking paper here, and I have a tin, 20 centimetres wide, square tin, and I just do that. So it fits in like this, and that just helps you get the cake out nice and easily. I have got 225 grams of caster sugar and 225 grams of unsalted butter. So we're just going to use our mixer here and mix this until it's nice and soft together. As you can see, that is nice and soft. Into this, put 4 eggs in total, 1 egg at a time, and we will mix that to incorporate them individually. Last egg. And with the last egg, I'm going to put a couple of drops of vanilla essence. Now we will add 50 grams of desiccated coconut. We are just going to use a spatula to mix this. With the bowl on top of your scales, zero it, and we will add 225 grams of self-raising flour and half a teaspoon of baking powder. Usually I am very lax about measuring my ingredients, but it matters when it comes to baking cakes. So be sure to follow the guidelines when you're following recipes where baking powder and bicarbonate of soda are concerned. We're just making sure to wipe that down from all the sides, scooping up all the bottom. I think if you mix for at least a minute, everything should be incorporated evenly. And just turn your bowl as you go, and that'll ensure that you don't miss any dry ingredients that are stuck to the bowl at the bottom. We'll get our tray, and we will just pour all those ingredients in. Just eke it out into the corners. And that is it. It is ready to go in the oven. We're going to put our cake mix into the middle of the oven. And we're going to pop that timer on for 40 minutes. Remember that everyone's oven is different. The time that your cake will be in the oven might differ by a few minutes. So be sure to just test your cake before it comes out the oven. Oven's ready. Always remember to watch the heat coming out of your oven. Oh, that looks good. Looks a good one. So we'll just let that cool. I've got a wee cooling rack here. To loosen off your cake, I usually run a knife around the edges before I try to lift it. So it lifts out quite easily with a baking parchment, and I'll just leave that on my cooling rack until it's completely cooled. Now that the cake has cooled, I've got some raspberry jam, and I am just going to spread that all over the top. Be generous, right to the edges. Some more desiccated coconut, and just gently, for measurement's sake, probably about another 50 grams, but I just gently sprinkle over the top, one direction, just like that, and then quarter turn and again sprinkle in the other direction. When it comes to cutting the cake, I cut it, you can make it whichever size you like. I cut it 4 cuts in one direction, so half and then half again. Quarter turn, and then I do it into thirds.